Okay. Well, you all seem to just really enjoy him in the last video, so I decided to bring him back in this video. So, hello, family, and hi, witches. I am doing this video for it's a video request from, let me see what your name is, because I promised this video to you the other day and I didn't do it. So, because I just, sometimes I just have to move with the spirit. So at that particular time, you know, I wasn't feeling it. But let me see. What's your name? Because you said you wanted to. Okay, Malcolm. You know who you are. I won't call your last name for privacy purposes. Okay. Okay. So I'll just keep that confidential between me and you. But you know who you are. You said you wanted to know about the astral travel that I had, and I hate to call it astral travel because I think that is just used to broadly. So many people use that term, and their experience may be something else. I know my situation is like I'm really there in real time. I'm there, just like you know. I'm looking at this computer screen right here, right now. It's not a dream. You know what I'm saying? My ethereal copy of who I am, myself, is is there that particular moment. It's so much that is not um, understood concerning, you know, OBEs and astral projections. You know, because there are many copies of us. Okay, it's not just one. It's more than just the physical body and soul. Okay, you need to know that. We are projecting ourselves in parallel spaces. Anyways, I posted on Facebook that I wanted to talk about the astral travel that I had to Najaki. Okay, and I think that's the way it's pronounced. But it was spelled Najaki. Y'all, let's talk about this place. This place was different. Okay. The reason why I knew it was Najaki is because just about every sign, everywhere I went, it was labeled Najaki. And the signs were kind of like, the signs kind of reminded me of the signs back in the 50s and stuff, where they use those neon tubes and stuff like that. No, they're nothing like the signs that we have. They were like tubes. Like when you go to those places like those 1950 burger joints and stuff like that, Highway 55 or something like that. You know, they were kind of like that, but still the place was, even though it sounds like the place may be like past tense, it was still something very different about it, very futuristic about this particular place. When I went to Najaki's, I don't know if that's how to spell it. Y'all, it's different. I mean, that's the only word I can use. A very bizarre place, bizarre like myself. When I went in there, everything is in a building. That's the best way I can put it. Everything is in a building. Okay. The it seemed as if though it's a world where nature on the outside does not exist anymore. My theory is they have cut down all of the trees and destroyed all of the natural wildlife. Okay. It didn't seem like there was anything natural on the outside of that place. Nothing but buildings, building after building after building. The buildings did look like the buildings here, like they were made out of concrete block, or what have you. But what I noticed is that all wildlife and nature was preserved in the inside of the buildings. Okay, excuse me. The inside. Okay, so we're dealing with a place where it may have been some greenhouse gases or something, I don't know, or some destruction as far as humans. You know how we are. I mean, that's not me though, but there are some humans and stuff. The mad scientists, that do not like oh, the wilderness, wildlife, trees, grass, plants, flowers. They don't like natural things, okay? Only thing they like are the things that they create in the laboratory, and I do believe they may have been responsible for, the destruction that has occurred to anything natural. So, what had to be in this particular plane called the jockey is that everything had to be grown, okay? And some of the stuff did look like it was synthesized in buildings. Now, this one particular building that I was in, everything was like made like a bridge or whatever inside of that place. It's like bridges in the building now, bridges, okay? Waterfall, like water just, you know, cascading from the walls to water the whatever plants, whatever living organisms that were growing in the building were actually nourished by the water that ran from the buildings or whatever, like the waterfalls and stuff like that inside of the building. Once again, I keep saying building, but I don't know what to call this particular place. And so it looked sort of like it may have been like a paradise to them, but to me it was very strange because what was growing in there, our plant life does not look anything like theirs. Okay, it was very jungle in nature. What was growing, like large plants that were big enough. They were so big they could probably eat people that were like here, and they were like way up here, high ceilings, about at least 200 feet tall, that can actually dip down and could pick an elephant up easily and eat it, and it looked like a plant source. Okay, so they were different. What really scared me, and I had a struggle getting up, because if something really makes me worry, and then a lot of the times I tend to panic when I figure out the fact that I'm not in my body, because you know when you're there, you're not thinking about it. It's just like an ordinary place, whatever. But when you start seeing strange things, then you realize, hey, whoa, I'm not in my body. My body is back resting in my bed. I need to go back and get my body. And that those things make me they give me anxiety and stuff. And so I'm like trying to wake up and can't move. But what it is that this particular source of whatever powers my body, needs time to get back into my body. But I got to one particular, like I said, bridges are everywhere. I got to one particular bridge, and when I got there, everything was upside down. Okay, and that really frightened me, because when I turned upside down, what I noticed is that what was below me was like a body of water that reminded me of an ocean. Okay, now if we're in a building, why does it have a tide? It had rip tides. I said, wouldn't be any wind in here. I don't feel any wind. How in the world can this water be moving? When I looked at it closely, and this is what kind of like spooked me out and made me rush back to my body, I noticed that in the water there were like these red creatures that actually move the tides. They kind of looked like red coral, but they weren't red coral, because red coral does not move. Okay. So not red coral, but coral itself. It looks similar to coral. Whatever it was, it had mobility and it actually made ties. And then when I saw that, I was like, I got to hurry up and get back to my body. That was a brief description of Najaki. And I'm going to end it here because I don't want to make these videos too terribly long, because when they're real long, most people don't have the time to look through long, drawn out videos. So I want to keep it sweet and simple. And if you all would, please come out to Facebook and visit me at my virtual coven. I am Spiritually Naima. We have several covens there once again. Please sub too, okay? Be back in a little bit. I'm just trying to decide which channel I'm going to put this on. I'll be back. He's going to be my personal partner for most of my videos, okay? As you all know, I create what most call voodoo dolls, or you might want to call it a poppet. People got so many different names for it. Some just call them spirit vessels, okay? I just call them dolls. I make these dolls and stuff, and I really feel like they have supernatural powers in them. So if you're brave and you need one of these, just let Mama know, okay? Let Mama know, she'll get you ready. See you later.